Voice of Change News.
This is Voice of Change Radio News. I'm Amanda Kumalo. A quick look at stories making the headlines. Zanu PF gets elections head start. In business news, joy as Zesa ramps up power supply. In regional and international news, re-engagement Zim in inaugural New Zealand agric fair. In sports news, Madinda sacking divides opinion. The news in detail. Ahead of harmonized elections on August 23, Zanu PF is already off the blocks and commands a comfortable head start against its disorganized rivals who are yet to come up with candidates even after the opening of the nomination court. Already, the ruling party has dispensed of its primary elections, and just last week, the party's successful candidates underwent an orientation program in Gweru designed to ensure there is a common vision during the campaign period. With the nomination courts opening, candidates from the ruling party are already submitting their papers, leaving room for corrections if any are needed, an organization acumen that has won plaudits from both friends and foes. Analysts say there's no shortcut to success, and the ruling party, which has invested heavily towards the elections and whose leader, President Mnangagwa, has transformed the country in a short space of time, is poised for a landslide victory that will consign pretenders to dustbins of history. In other news, the construction of the 120-kilometer Bulawayo Old Gwanda Road will result in the relocation of people living within a 70-meter radius of the road, and new homes will be built for the affected families. Cabinet recently approved the redevelopment of the road following an unsolicited bid by Swan Investments. The company has budgeted $150 million for the construction project under a build, operate and transfer arrangement. Moving on to business news. Zimbabweans have welcomed improved electricity supply across the country after Wange Thermal Power Station started performing at its best in the last week, generating 740 megawatts as of yesterday, a tenfold increase on the mere 74 megawatt that was being generated late February. The increased power generation has brought joy to both domestic and industrial consumers who had been enduring long hours of load shedding since the last quarter of 2022. The continued improvement in power generation helps Zimbabwe reduce electricity imports and easy power cuts, which drive increased industrial production as there is guaranteed electricity supply, a key economic enabler and driver towards realization of Vision 2030. As the country pushes to replicate the 2022 wheat season of achieving flour self-sufficiency, the government has already assured farmers of uninterrupted power supplies during the winter wheat season as Zimbabwe aims at maintaining self-sufficiency. In news beyond our borders, Zimbabwe will for the first time participate at the 55th New Zealand Field Days, which kicks off tomorrow as the Second Republic's diplomatic offensive under its engagement and re-engagement drive continues to bear fruit. Field Days is the Southern Hemisphere's largest agricultural event and attracts farmers, industry professionals, advocates, and other participants from across the globe. Zimbabwe will join more than 1,000 exhibitors showcasing the latest cutting-edge farming technology, innovative agricultural practices, and a vibrant marketplace as Field Days offers a unique platform for international visitors to engage with the latest advancement in the agricultural sector and foster valuable connections with a diverse range of stakeholders. Already, Zimbabwe has lined up meetings with some New Zealand agro companies who have expressed interest in engaging with the government. In an interview, Information Publicity and Broadcasting Services Permanent Secretary Mr. Nick Mangwana said Zimbabwe's invitation and subsequent participation was testament that the country was headed in the right direction as it endeavors to become a friend to all and enemy to none. And finally, in sports news, Highlanders Football Club coach Baltimore Jose de Oliveira Brito's alleged decision to freeze out assistant coach Madinda on suspicions of sabotage have divided opinion among followers who feel two bulls can't occupy the same crow. Brito reportedly told Highlanders Chief Executive Ronald Moyo that he is not comfortable having Love on the bench, despite the latter having been cleared by Zesa to sit at the dugout after going through a CAF license refresher course. The Portuguese expatriate barred Ndlovu from the bench in Boso's last two games, insisting that you only sit at the dugout when the other two unqualified assistants, Joel Lupahla and Antonio Torres, are cleared by the Football Association. That brings us to the end of this bulletin.
Voice of Change News.